Alrighty, let's do this. It is almost 50 degrees out and I'm still chilled, so that tells you how well I'm doing. It was definitely a warm night last night, so that's good. I am actually doing really well. Did a collab with friends, which I think I've needed. Haven't done in a while, and actually I just did basically 2 in a row. The first time we did it, I said, "Oh, I should stream this." So I did stream it. It came out very scuffed. I accidentally, even in the middle of the game, dumped myself out of it. So you can actually watch me do that. Trying to switch back and forth. And yeah, it is what it is. It came out pretty good. I'm very happy. It's like I was talking about yesterday with this community that I'm a part of. I think I've not been giving them a chance. Haven't given them the chance for me to accept them, even though they've always accepted me, which is, I can't even express like how rare that is and how stupid I feel that I was blind to it. I mean, yeah, there's some, the community that don't agree to that. How's that sound? That's probably the best way to say it. They're not bad people or anything like that, but they're just, it's like, here's an opportunity and a welcoming group, and they're not participating. And here I am talking about those other people, and I think I really mean myself. So I'm one of the ones that was, and I'm trying my best not to be. Pretty much the outsider. Thinking that I'm this, rogue outsider, and the community that I was trying to build is either more important or has more of a priority than the community that's already there, that's growing all by itself without me. And I think part of the reason is because on the outline of this community is the person who reported me. So they're there. I met them through people in the community, which is the reason why I was about to dump the whole thing. And it's also one of the reasons why I never felt like I belonged in it. was just the connective tissue. And maybe that's because I don't feel that. Maybe I don't feel that within this community. That I'm not. If you pull me out, the community stays intact. And it was kind of weird because where my fan club was concerned, I destroyed it. It wasn't a matter of me pulling out and to go do my own thing and let them do their own thing. I destroyed it. And maybe I don't feel, looking at what I was trying to do this time, I guess it's familiar. Because I was about to destroy, everything that I built up and all the connections I made, I was about to destroy them as well. One main difference is that I was very hurt. And I wasn't hurt at all, I was just callous. Before I moved to California. I think it just boils down to, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And I wrecked that. There was a part of me that really misses it. Really misses counsel, that really misses people basically being honest with me and telling me exactly what they think. Instead of guessing me to death. I miss that. When you meet new people, and here I am, saying oh, those people, I am the same. I am the same when I meet a new person. I put my best foot forward. I try not to insult whatever thing that they could possibly be. Try not to insult anything, actually. I'm very, kind of neutral in that respect. And, the first meeting, everybody, the first sight, all that stuff, your first impression. I think my first impression is god awful, always. And it's by design. You have no clue what you're getting into with me when you first meet me. No clue. And in turn, I have no clue about the people I meet. Keep them all at an arm's length. And one of the interesting things about this community is that the people that I have a shared experience with, I can use that shared experience always. Even people who've been away for months on end. Even people who didn't even know that I had a freaking mental breakdown. Now 5 months ago. Even people who didn't know that I was literally packing up my shit to go. Because I wanted to build a makerspace. I wanted to actually do art. I want to actually do those things. And spending a lot of time online is interrupting that. If I can, reverse my fortunes and, do this all the time, and maybe even stream the building of the makerspace, and moving forward in that direction, that would probably be the best scenario for me. creating is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I definitely don't want to do this job that I'm going to, and I definitely don't. I don't know if I can make it to my 70s to retire with a decent pension. I don't know if this job's going to basically break me down. It's not. It's basically back-breaking work, and it is mentally, physically, and spiritually draining. There's basically no good except for the good of the community that my job does, but no good to me physically, or mentally, or spiritually. No good. It's very draining. It sucks the life. It's basically sucking the life out of me. I'm becoming mundane, and not only that, I'm believing that I am mundane. That's how bad my job is. For the creative voice of his generation, that the Village Voice said about me, I am basically not anything like that anymore. My creative voice has atrophied. It's going to take a lot of rehab to get me back to even a tenth of what I was doing 25 years ago. Basically when I felt unstoppable. Streaming does help that. Streaming does bring out my creativity, and I'm very grateful for that, for this outlet that allows me to, almost dream and believe that, this job that I go to every day isn't me. That I can be more. That's what I want. Deadpool, why are you turned over? Yeah, so, I mean, I've already, jam-packed everything into a lifetime's worth. And here I am, I'm turning gray, and I should be, reminiscing about the things that I've accomplished. And instead, I burned it all to the ground, and all I have to show for it is a job that basically brings mediocrity as the main focal point of my life. And there is my job. For my job, there is no greatness. There is no real reward. Only complaints. And the complaints are unfounded. I'm terrible at my job. I have to admit. I'm better than most, but even better than most is not good enough. I am not great at my job. I pretend I am. I do my best, and I get reprimanded enough. It is probably one of the main reasons, other than the fact that they were just robbing me blind, but it's probably one of the main reasons that they tried to fire me, because I'm not that good. Never have been. Like I said, I pretend. play pretend. But my thinking is not built for this job. The way I think is not built for this job. This job is routine and sameness and, the occasional change up that you have to be prepared for. While I'm completely ready for any type of change and to make it all kind of crazy and absolute chaos. And yes, when it's one of the reasons why I thrive in disaster routes. The work that people have basically either put off or have neglected for years. And here I am, I'm just thrusted into this and, do the best you can type of thing. And I look incredible in that type of thing. But once it becomes routine and everything is organized and everything is where it needs to be, and it's basically the same thing in and day out, which is what I'm learning, it is, mind-numbingly insane. But it sucks the life out of me less and less. So you stop in the middle of the road. That's genius. It is genius. I forgot where I was at. I forgot what I was doing. But yeah, Monday indeed. It's just living in mediocrity, and I would thrive. I think. I don't know anymore. Like I said, my creative spirit is atrophied. But the dream is to basically be in a creative space where I'm not having to worry about, whether my rent's going to get paid, or the lights are going to stay on, or I'm going to have enough food to eat. Those things I need to have taken care of, where I'm sleeping that night. Those things I need to have, be taken care of. It's the reason why I do this stupid job. But after, if I can get those things under control, and a little more security in having that, I would there's like tree people everywhere. Tree truck, and when I stopped before, that's what it was. The tree truck just stopped in the middle of the road. Didn't pull over, just in the middle of the road. I guess he sees a tree that he's taken down or trimming. I have no idea. But yeah, that's the dream, and I spend the rest of my life doing that. Doing creative things, building things, creating things, making things, helping others, discover the maker inside them. Oh, what an amazing thing that would be. And yeah, I see it a lot online, and I see these people, artist, every single freaking one of them. It's like I don't. I even have the people tell me, "Oh, I'm not an artist and I can't draw," and then they draw, and it's like going, dude, you're a freaking artist. artist is a person who creates. If you create anything, you're a freaking artist. It goes right down with being a writer. It's one of the fields that I focus in on, because that is where I've allowed my creativity. My creativity really thrived in my writing, especially in college. But always, that's my creative escape. But like writing, the one thing that you need to do to be a writer, the one thing, is to write. If you're not writing, you're not a writer. It's that simple. I'm not writing right now, so I'm not a writer. But when I'm writing, and I include typing with that as well, but when I'm creating, the stories and everything like that, I'm a writer. And in turn, I'm an artist doing that. All writers are artists, but not all artists are writers. That's how it works. We do that, and make it that way. Create. Oh, it's a glorious thing. I've been recently pushing my Twitter really, really hard lately, and maybe I should have done this earlier, because right here I did it on the cusp of Elon Musk basically buying Twitter and opening it up to the crazies and the it's basically degenerate, falter and fall into a cesspit, where he's not responsible. Elon Musk is not going to be responsible for the hate crimes and the hate speech and the evil and the darkness that Twitter has been working really hard to protect itself from. I don't know if it's trying to protect the users. I'm not in their board. I don't care what their thing is, but they were protecting themselves from it, from lawsuits and litigations and downright evilness. That just so you know, that's something that Facebook has been, especially with Instagram, has been faced with. The horribleness of people. And Twitter has been very good about, speaking truth to power. Getting rid of the things that are harmful. It's not about the ability to say anything that you want. It's about liability. And yes, you are not liable to say whatever you want, and you have no liability. But guess what Twitter is, if you're posting it on Twitter? And all these people who were banned, or just getting off of their bans, coming back, that scares the hell out of me, because you were probably banned for a reason. Most of you say the same thing, and it goes to what happened to me with freaking Twitch, but everybody's saying the same thing. Like, oh, I got banned for nothing. Yeah, because you think what you did was not wrong. Because you don't see the harm that you do. It's fucking insane. Pisses me off, too. And I know that side. I know the side that they're trying to speak from. But I caused that, whoever it was, I either caused them harm, or they didn't know the harm that they were doing when they reported. I don't know. like I said, that's something I don't know the answer to. And I may never know the answer to it. Elon Musk buying Twitter and privatizing it is the worst thing, especially because I don't know, maybe he will realize, like, going, oh my god, I'm fucking liable and they're taking me to court all the time, and that's all I'm doing is spending time in court to allow a few freaking numbnuts to basically, you know, be hateful online, to be harmful online. There are things that are not okay. Are there some rules that Twitter has that I'd like to see laxed? Sure, but not a free-for-all. It can't be a free-for-all. Free-for-all invites bullies in, and that doesn't open the bullies up for liability. Opens Twitter up for liability. They're liable for those people. And yes, Twitter can go after, you know, well, I don't know with Elon Musk now, but Twitter was able to go after those people who did harmful things. They have no idea what they're opening themselves up to. And Twitter's going to suffer because of it. There's no other way to put it. I've been on Twitter for now 15 years, and in the 15 years, you know, I have no idea what good Twitter has been. And I was very happy to use the platform, and now if it degrades into something like Facebook was, I don't know what I'm going to do. If I treat it like Twitch, where I keep my Twitter account and I keep my connection to the people without deleting it, like without doing what I did on Twitch, which was delete the account. I guess with Elon Musk, I shouldn't be afraid of being banned. I don't know. I really don't know. Why do you start turning around so much? Falling over and everything like that? Let's turn you like this. You got your unicorn out, and so that's my thoughts on it. I don't know the future of it, but I definitely know that it's going to suffer. It's going to suffer with privatization. Everybody talks about how $44 billion is just wasted, and just so you know, it's not his playground. It's Elon Musk's rules now. Not yours. Not you freak. You freaks who think that, oh yeah, I can be hateful online again. It's okay to be hateful online. Popped it out. Ah, shit. We'll fix it not yours. It's just like with Trump. It's not. When Trump was president, he wasn't protecting you. He was protecting himself. He was enriching himself. Not you. He was stealing from you. He was robbing and freaking, taking this country back to an era that we should have moved past. We should be moving towards the future. Instead, we're walking backwards. Well, the rest of the world is moving forward. We're going the wrong way. That's what 45's presidency did. A lot of people think we're early. You get here at 7:12 and other days, and the place is freaking empty. And now today, on supposedly an easy day, sorry, I know I should do this on camera, but let's do this. Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is, and I should be thinking, yeah, it's going to probably affect me very little, even though I have lots. I'm very opinionated about it. But everything that you see that I'm doing, every step that I'm making is to end my goal of not doing these commutes anymore. I would love to have this time be me streaming, early in the morning, talking about my day and the things that I'm going to be doing later. That would be awesome. I would love to do that. Like I said, if this this won't become profitable, but let's just pretend for a moment. And if this becomes profitable enough to where I can switch over and have my bills secure while doing this, I can then spend the time that I'm doing the work on building the creative space that I want to build, that I'm kind of neglecting because I'm still doing this. And I'd rather stream than go to work. So I mean, like, it's kind of like that catch-22 on it. But this doesn't pay my bills. So as much as I'd rather do this, as much as this would be a great thing, and I could even ramp it up a little bit more, it won't ever be full time. And I have to allow it to also do its own thing and to grow its own way and to not be mine. I have to just worry about my own space there. And if there's any lesson that I've learned from all of this stuff that I've been doing online, that's the lesson. When I thought I had, taking control hinders people's growth and things that they want to do. The VTuber that I found on Twitch, and pretty much helped, was the start of this community that I'm now a part of. That whole thing is, was, crumbled around me because they needed to control their space, that they were losing their space to the masses. And here I am in a community that's allowing that to happen, that's allowing that creative, and instead I want my own. And it's like going, no, I can't have my own. I should be happy that I'm getting this. This is what matters. This is where it should be. And yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow, I guess, but it is what it is. I'm just I'm kind of making my way, and I'm glad you're here with me. I'm glad the few people that are actually watching these videos. You guys are like amazing, absolutely amazing to do that. And I don't know how to thank you enough for it. I put up the prize yesterday, and it feels like I haven't gotten much of a reaction to it, but it's nice. The little reaction that I've gotten is absolutely awesome, and it's worth it. And thank you for doing that. And every little bit counts. It all counts, and you matter. And like I said, with building a makerspace, being one of the founders of building a makerspace, I have to let it go. Like I said, I have to be my own space. I have to figure out how my own space can attract people into it, so they can have their own space. I mean, it's like there's an amazing thing that it could happen here, and I need to make it happen. But I'm not to that point yet, and it's one of the reasons why I'm still streaming, and I'm still doing that. And I tried to work with the current makerspace, but they are definitely not. It is definitely a control issue, and they want complete control and autonomy over space, and that's not how a makerspace needs to be in my mind. It needs to be what I have with this community. It needs to be that people should be allowed to do whatever they want and be given a space to do it in. And if they venture out on their own, they venture out on their own, and hopefully they do well. It's a wish them luck type of deal. And with that, I'm going to do this. I hope wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you're having a great time doing it. I really do. And thank you for joining me. You are very special to me, very dear to me. Especially now. I don't know what's going to happen when this grows to the point where but right now, it's you make it worth my while to continue doing this. That's how special you are. And so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope it's wonderful, and as always, cool beans. All right, take care.